Good evening, Ariana. Tonight's story is called The Wizard and the Flea, and it's a story from Mexico. There once lived a wizard in a house high up on a hill. Everyone knew that the wizard was very clever indeed. The wizard had a daughter, and he loved her very much. One day, when she was out picking flowers, a young man called Rafa saw her. At once, with just one look, he fell in love. "She is the girl I will marry," he said to himself. So the next day, Rafa climbed the steps to the wizard's house. He climbed, and yet he never seemed to reach the top. That was because the wizard was making more steps. The wizard knew what Rafa was going to ask. The wizard loved his daughter so much that he wanted her to stay with him. At long last, Rafa reached the top of the hill. He knocked on the door and waited for the wizard to answer. "Wizard, I will love your daughter forever if you will let me marry her," Rafa said. The wizard took off his hat and he thought hard. "Not so fast," he said. "First you must show me that you can outsmart me. Only then can you marry my daughter." "How can I do that?" Rafa asked. "Tonight you must sleep in a place where I cannot find you," the wizard said. "Very well," Rafa smiled, for the wizard did not know that he had magic powers too. That night, Rafa climbed into the cradle of the moon and rocked himself to sleep. It didn't take long for the wizard to find him. The next night, Rafa slept in a shell deep at the very bottom of the sea. Still, the wizard found him. The third night, Rafa turned himself into a flea. The wizard was trying out a spell when the flea hopped into the brim of his hat and fell asleep. All night the wizard looked for Rafa and cast spells to find him, but the wizard couldn't find him anywhere. The night passed, and when the sun rose, the flea hopped out of the wizard's hat and changed back into Rafa. "Here I am," said Rafa. "I have slept beside you all night, and you still couldn't find me." The wizard was puzzled, but he not found Rafa. He had to let Rafa marry his daughter. After they were married, they both slept the first night in the cradle of the moon. The second night, they slept in a shell at the bottom of the sea. On the third night, two little fleas fell asleep in the brim of the wizard's hat. They woke each day with the rising sun and lived happily together for the rest of their lives. The end. See you soon. Bye.